Hello friends, how are you? Bonjour les amis, comment ça va? आदाब, सलाम, नमस्ते, सत श्री अकाल. कैसे हैं आप लोग? You know, Canada is a very cold country and its winter is very harsh and very long. People prefer to move out of the country for 4 or 5 months to avoid this winter. And this is only possible if they have enough time. So most working people, when they retire, they become a snowbird. They move to south like USA or to other countries like Australia, Thailand, UAE, or India, Pakistan, or other places to spend their winter there and then come back in summer. However, for doing that kind of activity, a person needs retirement income, sufficient retirement income. So how much retirement income is required to live a comfortable life in Canada and then manage travel expenses? Actuarial scientists, they normally suggest that in Canada, if the person is, whatever the working income of a person is, if the person can manage to have around 60 to 70% of that income, that person would be comfortably able to live in Canada and manage his travel. After retirement, generally speaking, there are three sources of income. One is CPP, which is Canada Pension Plan. The other one is OAS, which is Old Age Security. And the third one is GIS, which is Guaranteed Income. CPP is available to the people who have worked in Canada and then they have contributed to their pension fund. How it works, whatever there is a contribution from the employer side, the same thing comes from the employee side. So there is two parts of contribution, and at the end, a person when he retires at the age of 65, he starts collecting CPP. On average, it's around $600 a month. On average, CPP payment is available to the retirees at age 65. However, people can delay their retirement and get higher CPP at the age of 71 if they decide to do that. OAS also has the same amount, like about $700 maximum, but the condition is that the person has to be in Canada, residing in Canada for 40 years. If the person is not been in Canada for 40 years, less than 40 years, then the OAS amount goes down accordingly. So another condition is for OAS is that the person should have been at least in Canada for 10 years. So if the person has not been living in Canada for 10 years, then that person would not qualify for. A third source is GIS, but the condition is if the person does not qualify for OAS, then that person would not qualify for GIS. And the purpose of GIS is to bring a person's income to a minimum level. So if the person is making over 18,000, then that person would not qualify for GIS. However, if it's making 10,000, 12,000, then the government provides some extra supplement to bring the income to. A final source could be is the personal savings or the employer pension plans. If, for example, a person is saving about 10% of his income every year and has been continuously saving for 40 years, and if he retires at the current income of 100,000, that person would have a substantial amount of savings available that would generate enough income for that person to live comfortably in Canada. So I'm going to consider a situation where I would consider three different people, and the first person is person A, who is earning $100,000 at the age of 65, and he started his job 40 years ago at the age of 25 at $35,000. So that person, if he retires, he needs at least $60,000 to live comfortably in Canada. The second scenario is about the person who has been working in Canada for 40 years, started his income the same as 35,000 and retiring at the current income of $100,000, but never saved any money. He didn't have any money to be saved. So what would be the situation for that person with the the other sources of income. And the third scenario is a person who has never worked in Canada and is still 65 and he doesn't want to live in Canada during the winter time. So can he support his travel expenses? So these are the three situations I'm going to explain to you in a spreadsheet. This is the case of three different types of people. Person A is retiring at the age of 65, worked for 40 years and saved 10% of his working income every year. So this person will maximize his CPP return, which is $1,200 a month, because he worked for 40 years. So you'll get a maximum CPP per month. So 14,435. His OAS, because he will be residing in Canada for 40 years, his OAS would be maximum, which is $615 a month, which turns out to be 7,380 for the whole year. Since the person been able to save 10% of his working income for 40 years consistently in the form of either RRSP or in any other form of savings, uh, assuming that this person would make around an annual dividend of 5%, and his total savings would be around $865,000, that amount will generate $43,365 every year in the form of dividends or profits. Since the income of the person is 65,180 in total, this person does not qualify for GIS. But this person is well within the limit. He is retiring at 100,000, so his income is 65,000 after retirement. Person can live comfortably in Canada and manage all his travel plans, whatever he wants to do with that. Second person is person B. This person also worked for 40 years and retiring at the working income of 100,000, and started his career at the age of 25 with $35,000 salary. This person never saved, so the person would be at disadvantage. Although he would get complete maximum CPP of $14,435, maximum OAS of $7,380, since he has no income coming from personal savings, he has to go onto GIS, and he would make $2,185 from GIS. That would give him $24,000 annual income. So this person is a little bit stretched because he cannot afford to live on 24,000. He should need to generate at least $40,000. So if a situation is like this person would definitely be living a difficult life after retirement. However, it's quite possible the person might have invested money into homes or other rental properties. That could be a source of income, and he might generate $40,000 gap of his retirement income. If he did not invest in any rental properties, one possibility for this person is that he could think of getting a home equity line of credit to have excess cash, or downsize, move to a smaller house, sell his bigger house if he has a bigger house, or even try thinking of moving to a cheaper city, like small cities where rents are low, or so he can manage something like that. Third person is the person who never worked in Canada, but he been living in Canada. So that person will receive maximum OAS 7,380, but he has to live on GIS, and he will get around $11,000 from GIS. In total, he would get 18,380. So this person's situation is similar to the person B. He would have to live with a tight budget. So person B is tight with it, although he has been earning $100,000 at the time of when he was retiring. One suggestion and one lesson from here is that if you are young, start saving for your retirement from now, because 40 years just pass by within no time. Time flies. I hope you like the video, and if you like it, then please give me a thumb up and subscribe my channel. See you next time.